Hello and welcome back to Awakened and Rising. For years now, a single word has been echoing in my chest like a drumbeat: sovereignty. It started when I first began my own spiritual awakening. I had heard other words that had similar meaning, like alignment and self-actualization, but sovereignty was a call to a higher way of being in relationship with myself, a way of being that I had never even considered. Sovereignty is the reclamation of your divine power, free, whole, and fully self-expressed. Today, I love sharing that word with the women in my community and the women I work with as a reminder of what's possible when you're willing to examine outdated patterns and belief systems. Sovereignty is the missing piece for so many of us who are trying to live aligned lives, build aligned businesses, and stay true to ourselves in a world that constantly asks us to shapeshift, code switch, and put on masks. But what does sovereignty really mean? To me, sovereignty is about self-ownership. You no longer blame others or external circumstances for your experience. It's about energetic boundaries and moving through life in a way that's connected to your own truth, your own timing, your own power. Sovereignty means liberation from systems and narratives, remembering that you are the authority in your life, not your coach, not your partner, not the algorithm. It's your ability to say, this is what I really want. This is what feels right for me. This is what I'm no longer available for. And then to actually live like you mean it. Sovereignty is not some mystical state we suddenly reach after 30 years of healing. It's already in you. It's the part of you that's always known. The part of you that said, there has to be more than this, even when life looked fine on paper. It's your power, it's your discernment, it's your ability to make a choice to speak your truth, to hold your energy steady, even when the world around you is spinning. So let's talk about where this gets tricky. Because a lot of us are walking around thinking we're sovereign, but we're actually operating from a web of limiting beliefs. We say yes when we mean no. We follow someone else's strategy even though it makes us feel anxious or out of alignment. We perform confidence instead of cultivating it deep within ourselves. We know we're meant for more, but our actions are rooted in fear or scarcity or a need to prove ourselves. So I want to walk you through some real life ways to spot where sovereignty is already living in your life and where you might be leaking it. Start with asking yourself these questions. Where are you making choices out of fear? Where are you betraying yourself for validation or acceptance? Where are you waiting for permission to go even after you know it's past your time? And on the flip side, where do you feel most alive? Where do you feel like you're in flow? Where are you doing things your way, even if it's slower, quieter, or different than what's expected of you? That's the thread of sovereignty. Follow it. Now let's talk about strategy, because I know many of you watching are leaders, coaches, creatives, and visionaries. And we have a tendency to place higher value on strategy and processes than alignment with higher self. As we're building our businesses, building movements, and building lives with meaning, we tend to lean on strategy. And don't get me wrong, strategy is a beautiful thing, but here's what I want you to hear. Strategy without sovereignty is just performance. It might look good, it might work for a little while, but if it's not coming from alignment, it will eventually drain you. It will become something you have to sustain instead of something that fuels you. You can have a strategy for visibility that actually is a trauma response. You can have a pricing strategy in your business that's rooted in self-doubt. You can have a marketing plan that's a glorified people-pleasing campaign. So before you ask, what's my strategy? Ask, where am I operating from? What is my strategy rooted in? Is it from connection, from authenticity and truth, from divine alignment rather than dominance? Is it genuine? Or is it from fear, from obligation, from trying to be enough, from clinging too tight to beliefs and ways of being that no longer serve you? And listen, this isn't about judgment. This is about awareness. Because once you see it, you can shift it. You can pause and say, wait, this doesn't feel true to me. You can change course. You can create strategy that actually matches your values, your energy, your nervous system, your life. And that's when the magic happens, when you reach a place that you could never imagine. My invitation is for you to do life and business differently, where you put accessing sovereignty before building strategy. This month, we're anchoring into these conversations because I'm about to open the doors to a new experience. It's called Aligned Ascension, from blind spots and limiting beliefs to brilliance. It's a 6-week group mentorship designed to help you reconnect with the most powerful version of yourself. And I want this space, I want you to be the first to hear about it. This 6-week mentorship program is not just a portal of access to the confident version of you, but it's a portal to the sovereign version of you. The one who knows what she wants, who trusts herself, who's no longer waiting to be chosen or picked or validated. Inside this program, you'll dissolve distortions, reclaim your soul truth, and rise into aligned leadership. This is for you if you constantly overcommit or overdeliver, secretly hoping it will earn you respect or recognition, but instead it leaves you exhausted, undervalued, and questioning your leadership presence. This is for you if your inner critic is louder than your intuition, causing you to second guess your decisions, delay bold moves, and miss aligned opportunities because you're afraid of getting it wrong. And this is for you if you're tired of playing small to keep others comfortable, and yet the ideas of being fully seen still triggers fear of judgment, rejection, or being too much. And you know it's costing you impact and influence. If you make money, but it feels like it's never enough, and no matter how much you earn, you feel pressure, guilt, or fear around spending or investing in yourself, and deep down you wonder if you're truly worthy of overflow, this is for you. If you're outwardly successful, but inside you feel disconnected or unfulfilled, like you've built a life that looks good on paper, but doesn't feel it reflects your soul's calling. If you've done everything right, but can't shake the idea that something big is still missing, this is for you. I'll drop the program details in the episode description. We kick off May 20th, so if any of this resonates with you, grab your spot now. I know how scary it can be to let go of beliefs that have kept you safe. The belief that you have to be small to be loved, that you have to follow the rules to be successful, that you need to earn rest or joy or satisfaction. But those beliefs are not who you are. They're who you became to survive. And you're not here to survive anymore. You're here to thrive, to lead, to remember your power. So as we start this month together, I want you to ask yourself, what would it look like for me to live in my full sovereignty, in my choices, in my business, in my relationships, in my body? What would that look like? What would it feel like to stop performing and start trusting, to move from strategy to soul? That's the version of you I want to meet. That's the version of you I already see. She's waiting, and she's powerful, and I can't wait to meet her. Let's get to know her together.